Okay, so let's see the question number 7 and 8 for this Python first question, okay, which is on list. So let's understand this question: sorting with keys or sort. Okay, whatever it says to us, let's go and just write this. So this is my seventh one. So it is telling that sort with key. Okay, so sort movies by number of views. Okay, so what you need to do, sort by number of views. That's what we need to do. Okay, so let's write a function. So we will say sort movies by views. Okay, that's like what I'm trying to give a function name. As I said, you can give any name over here, or you can give the same name. Okay, it's an argument which gets passed to the function. Okay, but when you're calling the function, you need to pass exact variable or identifier list, whatever you want to pass the values from. Okay, so from the movies, so here I'll try to show you sort. Okay, what sort? Okay, it does is it takes two arguments. One is nothing but key, and the second argument is but how to sort in a reverse equals to true or false. By default it is false. If you set it to true, it sorts in reverse sorting. That's what we will see. Okay, and I'll show you this sort and sorted both approaches. Okay, so as I said, it takes two argument. One is key and one is reverse. Okay, what it takes two arguments. So by default it is like false, which is like ascending. So as of now I'll not take that. So what I'll try to say is, okay, here I'll try to write a lambda function. I'll define like any variable, okay, so that each line will be considered as m. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. And from that m, what I want is I want views. I want you to sort on that. That's what a function I have created. Okay, so let me copy this name. Let me scroll down. Okay, and this is the function name that I'm trying to call. Let's try to do, which you all generally would be doing, is let's save this and let's execute this. Okay, so if you see, I'm getting none. So these are the mistakes you will be making. Okay, so purposely I'm showing you all these mistakes so that you don't make those mistakes. Okay, awesome. Now you should be able to understand now. Okay, because I have done this so many times in the previous question, so you should be able to catch what we are able to do. Okay, so simply what you can do is I can just apply for m in movies. Okay, as we need to understand, guys, okay, sort. Okay, what sort does is, okay, it applies that sorting into the in place. Okay, it works as in place. It means to the actual list. And sort works on list only. That is also one important thing. Okay, so this, let me document it over here. Okay, so okay, sort works on list only. That is one important factor you have to remember. Okay, sure, scroll down. So I'll say for m in movies, and simply I'll just try to say print. And what do you want? Okay, so let's say I want the, sorry, from the movies, do I need a title? Let's say I need title. Okay, so movies with views. Okay, and here I can just write m of views. Okay, if I execute this, okay, it is giving me a string. Now you should know what mistake we are making. Okay, let's, because it's a dictionary, save this. Invalid syntax, what I'm trying to make. Okay, so it's not closed correctly. This is one thing, and there's a typo from movies. So here also it is not closed correctly. Actually I thought like it takes in the print function, it is not taking double quotes automatically. Okay, can you see? So movies is this. Okay, and there's a typo, views. let's execute it. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to write the code. So this is like first approach. Let's go with the second approach that you need to understand, that is by sorted method. Okay, so let me just scroll up. Okay, so let's copy this and let's comment this out, not required. Let's go for sorted now. Okay, as I told you, in sort we have two elements in that. Okay, so one is nothing but your key and the other is nothing but your how you want to reverse it. Okay, so I would have shown like, okay, have I commented it? Okay, so if you see the year, okay, if I just write reverse, okay, reverse, okay, so reverse is true. Okay, and let me save this quickly. I hope like I have not added the sorted function. Let's run this. Okay, so if you see now, this was at the lower case, now it's at the higher. It was at the bottom, now it is at the top. So you can compare the ascending false and descending. So reverse, remember this, okay, because I was just trying to, I did not show it in the previous one. So by default is false, so if you give reverse equals to true, it sorts in descending order. Okay, then we have something called, okay, so for sorted, let's understand, okay, sorted also. So here I will document for sorted. Okay, so sorted works on any iterable, okay, sort works on any iterable, and the arguments, okay, what it takes is, okay, so it takes the iterable, then the same thing, that is nothing but key and reverse. Okay, okay, and one important thing what you need to understand is, okay, it does not replaces its original list. Okay, so it creates a new list, it creates a new sorted list. Okay, whereas like sort works gets in place, so it changes in its original, so that's where like you need to keep an eye. Okay, sure. So what the function is, just a small change. Okay, function name, okay, pass argument in place of sort. What I'm trying to write sort, here you need to pass the argument. Okay, so I'm just trying to pass movies. Again, if you want to write reverse, true, false, it's up to you. Okay, so let's see that ascending, descending also. Okay, sorted. Okay, so let me quickly copy this. Function is created, and let's scroll down. Okay, and I'll just write this one is for sort. Okay, let's comment this out, and this one is for sorted. Okay, and again, as I show you, so if I run this, okay, so it is selling list object attribute has no sorted. Okay, did you mean sort? Okay, so is it no sorted? Okay, it works with all the iterables, right? Let's assign to a variable, let's say srt equals to, and let's say for m in sort. Okay, and again like we'll just try to print this as is, and let's execute this. Okay, this is again the same thing, list object has no attribute sorted. Okay, let's understand what is the mistake. Okay, so let's return this. Is it not returning anything? Yeah, I'm making a mistake somewhere. So function and pass this, so movies dot sorted. Okay, so here I don't need to pass this, that's like one mistake I was making. Okay, so you don't need to pass this, and even if you do not return, anyhow it should work. see again, like being like experienced professionals also we make mistakes, so make sure what mistakes we are trying to make. Okay, can you see now none type object is not iterable, so let me return this. Okay, so because it was not returning any object, none type, that was a return statement it was missing. Now can you see it is getting sorted? Okay, so if I change this, which anyhow is like default to false, okay, so it will start from Coco and end with Avengers. Okay, starting with Coco, and you can just verify both the approaches. Okay, so I hope now you should be able to understand, okay, how to write sort, how to write sorted. Okay, so I was trying to override in the existing list, but we need to make sure that sorted, okay, it creates a new list. That's where like one mistake I was making. Okay, so that is sorted. So let's go with the last question quickly. So that is get a list, copy this, not this. So let's go and finish it off, the last one. So finally the eighth one. Okay, what it says is get a list of genus. What it says is, okay, get a list of genus. Okay, so no duplicates, that is we need to get unique. Okay, so we can use make of set. Okay, so get unique genres. Okay, you can pass movies, and let's return this. Okay, what we'll try to return, so you need to pass in a comprehension. So for M in movies, where I'm trying to iterate on these movies, okay, what I need to get, M, from this M I need to get genre. That's what I need to get. Okay, as we have seen. Okay, so let's see this. I'll show you the issues and then I will correct this. Function is created. Let me go copy this and call this. So this is the last one, that is the eighth one. Okay, so let's wrap print on top of that, and let's run this. Okay, so if you see, we are getting, okay, scientific, action, drama, thriller. Is it like there is no duplicate, right? So let's check the data. So we have scientific, so let's give couple of drama, and let's understand whether it's removing your duplicates or not. So if you see drama, so we the duplicates are not being getting removed. Okay, so it's just like we need to wrap. Okay, what we need to wrap, set on top of that. I hope we know this data structure which removes duplicates. So it's okay, so now if you see, it is removing completely. So it should remove only like yeah, sorry, I made a mistake. It's over here. Okay, so I was not able to, I thought like it got removed. So if you see drama is there, I think that is an unordered element of a list, hence we were getting that issue. That's what I'm able to understand, and that's why like I thought like I made a wrong. So because I didn't see the drama over here, because earlier it was repeated and I was focusing over here, but we had duplicates after applying set, so one is removed and it's still there. So if I execute this, okay, so okay, so it's not sorting that, so again like not an issue. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so I think this is not required. I think that's sufficient. So I think like that is good for us. If I just rerun this piece of code, okay, so set, okay, it is returning an unordered, but if your question says or your not test cases are not passing, okay, please wrap it into list. Okay, so that's like what generally they look for. So if I give this, okay, can you see here it is a uh, like I think it's like a set which curly braces, here it's a list, okay, and if it says string, okay, so it is returning not a type of string, so maybe like we can check type later, okay. So make sure, most majorly like they would be asking like list integers, okay, you should know how to change them, okay. So if you see it is getting changed, so I think like you are hopefully good, okay, on all these questions which I solved, okay, step by step, okay. You got to know like how they were written, okay, and hopefully like it will help you so that you should not make these mistakes in your assessment for tomorrow, okay. So with this I'm closing this question and I will start with dictionary after some time. Thank you.